Well, here you have it. The new bookshelves, if you haven't already seen them. We are fully tidied, fully sorted. Full bookshelf tour coming soon. Question before we get going. What should go on the top of the bookshelves? I used to have my Starbucks cups up there. They're still in storage. What should we pop up there? Anyway, welcome to Finally Fall Book Tag. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week and then movie reviews here at the weekend. I have new bookshelves, and in the description box below you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I keep up with some of the things that I read in terms of reviews. Finally for book tag. I have done this here on the channel before, so I think I've only done it once, interestingly, so I've got a pile of unruly books just here, so I will leave that linked up above. But yeah, let us dive right in. All of the questions, if you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged now, are in the description box below. I've literally gone back to my video from whenever I posted it, 2019, to find the questions for this tag. So here we go. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book that has a vivid setting. I have gone for the village of Winthrop, because Winbridge even, and Winthorpe Hall, because I am currently listening to A Christmas Celebration by Heidi Swain, and I'm just like, oh, seeing this on my bookshelf, now it's on my bookshelf behind me. I'm like, oh, the setting of this one is just so vivid. I'm so happy to be back here. It's like going back to like a hometown. So yes, definitely the setting of this one is very vivid, and Winthorpe, Winbridge, the market town is just, oh, so perfect. Christmas Celebration is already out. I don't have a physical copy of it, but I do need to remedy that soon and get myself a physical copy of it. So then question number 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. This is totally my jam, somebody that deals with those big topics very well. And so this isn't a book but an author that deals with those big topics very well. And this is Millie Johnson. I do have a whole Millie Johnson playlist and a standalone review of this book in particular. But Millie Johnson puts her characters through the ringer, but then she also lets the people who have wronged these characters get their comeuppance in a really honest way. Her most recent release also definitely deals with some very dark topics and does so just really well because it's got Millie Johnson humour in it, as well as being like well written and fast paced and just a good read. So Millie Johnson deals with tough topics. She's dealt with a whole host of tough topics in her books, but in particular grief and loss, and people give themselves their comeuppance. I mean, for example, her latest book deals with 3 girls who've just lost their mother, but you don't like leave the book going, oh, I've just read a book about someone's dead mum. You go, oh, that was such a heartwarming read. That was such an amazing read. I feel like I've been through it with these characters. I really want to hear more from these characters. I hope they're doing okay. And that is just an absolute real skill. So highly recommend Millie Johnson for all your dark reads, but in a beautiful, captivating, truly brilliant reading experience way. Fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. I always learn something new from every book that I read, whether it's fiction or non-fiction, but probably my favourite non-fiction book of all time is How to Be a Woman by Caitlin Moran. This is the Harper Perennial Olive edition, which I saw in Strand and didn't buy, and then could just never find it again. So the next time I went back to Strand Bookstore, I was like, must find this book somewhere, and we managed to find it. Here's the spine of this edition, and here's here. But in my quick reads reading vlog from last year, she did a quick reads version of How to Be a Woman, and so I talk about that, so I will leave that linked up above. But this is fantastic, and I did recently reread it on audio when it came time for the kind of follow-up to that one. But yeah, I just remember reading the first half of this one on a train journey to Glasgow and the second half on a train journey back, and just being like, this has opened my eyes. I Didn't think I was a feminist before reading this. Now I know that I am a feminist, and I know that it is a good thing to be a feminist, and just generally, you know, how to be a woman. And I will read anything that Caitlin Moran writes, and I just love her, and one of my favourite books of all time. The next question, if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know the answer to this one. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with people that we love. Name a fictional family, household, friendship group that you'd like to be part of. Now, in terms of being part of like a fictional household, general group of people, I could have gone with the people from Windbridge from the Heidi Swain novels, because I do feel like they're my family and friends already anyway. However, as I say, if you've been following the channel for a while now, you can predict the answer to this question. I haven't reread that video that I made in 2019, but it was probably the same answer. Yep, Angela and Jenny, I Heart New York. I want to be part of their friendship group. I feel like Jenny Lopez has given me much guidance over the years, despite the fact that she isn't actually my real life friend and is a fictional character. And I still love her and want to be friends with her, and, you know, would want her to be part of my wedding if I was getting married, having a big wedding. And just, yeah, I Heart, yeah. I have a video talking all about the I Heart series and exactly why I would need to be part of Angela and Jenny's friendship group. And so I will leave that linked up above as well. Then we have question 5. I'm going to come back to at the end of the video because it's to do with autumn coloured spines. And so I'm going to do a little thing there for you. So we're not going to go through those. But question 6, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Well, I basically sort of had to look to my thriller section over here, my C.L. Taylor's, my Lisa Jewell, because someone's also always feeding you a story in a thriller, are they not? So I went with Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This is the Canadian version of this book. This again is one of my all-time favourite books, and I have a standalone review of it, and so I'll leave it linked up above if I've got enough cards left. If not, I'll bob it in the end screen. But yeah, somebody is always telling a story in a Lisa Jewell novel. Somebody's always telling a story in a thriller, and so I thought this was a really great example. I also picked this one because it has a very autumnal cover. We often think of autumn being like all the browns and greens and the leaves and stuff, but you know, at the end of autumn, when it's not really winter yet and it's still autumn and it's still fall, you do get these like just horrible bare trees that just look really depressing when there's no sunshine. And so I thought that this cover was fairly autumnal in the negative sense of the term as well. So there you go, bonus little freebie with this cover for you. Then we have sort of, again, a question that could have been answered by that book, but I've gone with a different one, trying not to knock my drink over. I need a little table in my reading area, I think, clearly. A little table to put my bits on. The nights are getting darker, share a dark and creepy read. Again, just had to go to my thriller section here. So I picked up The Accident by C.L. Taylor because this is the book that made me realise I do actually like psychological thrillers. I always thought I didn't like thrillers, I didn't like crime. C.L. Taylor changed that for me. If, again, you've been following the channel for a while, you will know that I made my dad wait to go out for his 60th birthday meal because I had 17 pages of this left and I could not put it down. This one and Then She Was Gone, literally both of those books made me just breathlessly unable to stop reading. You know, when you're like exercising and you're like, just got to push through, just got to get to the end. That's how I felt reading these novels. And they say reading is an exercise. It gets your heart rate up. But yes, definitely anything C.L. Taylor, anything Lisa Jewell, my favourite dark writers. And then finally, fall is the perfect time for Cosy. Nope, sorry, not finally. Penultimately, fall returns every year. Nope. I'm getting really out of order with myself here. I got overexcited talking about how reading is exercise. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read. I've picked one of this year's quick reads because I think more people should read these quick reads because they're always excellent. And so I've picked The Kiss by Santa Montefiore because I love a Santa Montefiore novel, and I love the fact that she got involved with quick reads this year. So this one is very short. It is very quick. I listened to the audiobook of it and I talk about it in this year's quick reads reading vlog. It is exactly, the pages won't come apart, 115 pages. So it's short, it's heartwarming, it's definitely warming. Even the cover makes you feel that little bit warmer, doesn't it? It's sunny and it's yellow and it's lovely. Okay, then actual penultimate question. Fall returns every year. Name an old favourite you'd like to return to soon. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to direct you to this shelf behind me of Lindsay Kelk and Miranda Dickinson novels, just going down here. I have reread most of these books here, and I would happily go back to them and reread them again soon. But direct your attention to the C.L. Taylors and the Lisa Jewells here and here. I would love to read those again for the first time, but I don't think I would have the same experience rereading them. Whereas my Miranda Dickinson and my Lindsay Kelks right here, I love rereading those, and I could reread those ones till the cows came home. Fairy Tale of New York and I want to start rereading them right now. You've got me set off on a whole thing now. And then finally, fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share some of your favourite reading accessories. You know that my favourite reading accessory is a cup of coffee. However, right here, I have my little coffee mug full of bookmarks. And I do even have some very fall specific bookmarks in here. I mean, this says it all really in terms of reading accessories. Happiness is a cup of coffee and a really good book. Coffee and books, they go together. But I do have actual fall bookmarks. Oh, there we go. Yeah, book, coffee, blanket. What more do you need? And then just hanging off the edge of my little cup here, from Alyssa J Designs, we have the Pumpkin King bookmark. He won't stay turned around. Pumpkin King bookmark. I do have a matching bracelet that matches this particular bookmark, and he just hangs off the edge there. I mean, what could be more fall than that? I do have one that's literally pumpkin spice coffee, and I've got a little PSL magnetic bookmark as well. Oh no, that's a summer one. Nobody wants that right now. We're talking fall. I can't find it to hand right this minute, but I've got like Christmas bookmarks as well. Obviously, I will leave a link to those shops down below as well. And this, of course, is my Enchanted Fandom Book Brew mug, which she is always linked in my description box below. But yeah, bookish accessory wise, a cup of coffee and a bookmark to keep your place. Absolutely necessary. And then a good pair of headphones to keep you listening to those audiobooks. As I said at the beginning of the video, consider yourself tagged if you have watched this video, because obviously the actual last question is to tag someone, which I never do. I will leave my previous Finally Fall book tag linked in the end screen, so you can make that comparison and see if I just talk about the same books in that video too. You can see what my bookshelves were previously like when you're thinking about what I should put on the top of my bookshelves this time. I will leave you with that fall spines photo. I will be back with another video for you very soon, so make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your fall reading accessories are, and I will be back with another video for you very soon, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.